Hello friends, welcome back to my motherhood studio. I am back again today with another recipe for children. Today it's not like really super healthy recipe, but yes, I have tried to keep it as healthy possible. All our children enjoy eating chocolate chip cookies, but the ones which you get in market are usually made with the refined flour. So today we are making some with the wheat flour because Miss A really enjoys having chocolate chip cookies. So here we go. All we need is a very simple recipe. We just need a pan, and you can use this kind of a machine or a regular sieve to sieve your flour. I'll be using 2 cup wheat flour. I have around 1 cup brown sugar, some chocolate chips, baking powder, baking soda, some melted butter, and little water. So this recipe would start off with the wheat flour. So what we need to do is we need to have the wheat flour put in this sieve. All of it will go together. I usually I have fine sugar, so I land up even adding the sugar to the sieve. It gets mixed really well. Or the other option is you can mix the water, butter and sugar all together separately, whisk them nicely, so the sugar dissolves well before adding it to the flour. So here is my wheat flour. I am going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All you need is 1 teaspoon baking powder. There it goes. Why we add it to the wheat flour before sieving it? So that it gets mixed well. So 1 teaspoon we added the baking powder, and we need some baking soda. We need 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda to be added. So I have this spoon. Here we go. 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. 1, 2, and there we go. 3. Baking soda goes there. And now we are going to sieve it. All we have to do is just sieve it nicely so that all the ingredients get mixed well. See, this is how it would come down. You can see everything is getting mixed well, and this also adds up some, create air pockets, which really helps our cookies and cakes bake well. My baking soda, baking powder and my flour has mixed really well. Now what I'm going to do is take this bowl of sugar. I'm going to add some water to this and stir it so that my sugar dissolves well as much possible. I've taken fine sugar, so it will not take really long for my sugar to dissolve. We don't have to do over beating when it comes to the flour mixture. So that's why it's preferable that you mix if you're using very thick granulated sugar, then it's preferable that you mix it with the water separately. You can also use brown sugar or coconut sugar to give it a nice flavor. Right now I had this sugar handy, so I'm using this sugar. Otherwise coconut sugar gives very good flavor. You can add the chocolate chips into the flour and mix it. Yes, so that they get coated well with the flour and they will get evenly spread in the batter. So here I am, my sugar is almost dissolved. I am adding my melted butter. So I have taken like half cup of melted butter. So instead of butter, you can take extra virgin coconut oil or any other, some people even like olive oil when it comes to cookies. So it's a very personal choice and flavor. You can even try canola oil. It's a very neutral oil and it doesn't really give any specific taste. But I usually like the taste of butter when it comes to cookies and cakes. So my first preference is always butter and second is canola oil. I'm yet to experiment with virgin coconut oil. So maybe next time I will try cookies with virgin coconut oil and coconut sugar so that it has that coconut flavor. But today I am going ahead with butter. So I am mixing this half cup melted butter also in my sugar water mixture and mixing it well. And all you have to do now is just stir this mixture, sugar, butter and this mixture into this flour, and then we would gradually mix the batter. I have Miss A helping me, so she wants to mix in the batter. It's going to be little hard work, so I'm going to allow her to do that. Try to mix the batter in one particular direction and not off and on. Avoid making lumps. I'll have to let go here because I do want her to give it a try. So if you're doing it yourself, and so try to mix it in one particular direction and not go back and forth. Try to use cut and fold method, and see to it that you don't have many lumps being formed. So once your batter will get mixed well nicely, next step is that we would need to refrigerate it for like if you are putting it in the refrigerator, you wait it for overnight, or you can put it in the freezer for like half an hour to 40 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the freezer because Miss A wants to have the cookies tonight. So it will be easy for me, and once my cookies will be kept in the freezer like for around 40 minutes, I'm going to take them out and we are going to scoop them on the baking tray, which will be lined with the sheet, cookie sheet, so that it is easy to clean the tray. And we are going to bake it for like around 15 to around like 12 to 15 minutes. And usually it will turn nice brown, so you would know that your cookies are done. If you'll overdo it, they'll burn and they'll become way too crisp, so you'll have to keep an eye on the timing. So this is how our cookie dough is looking like. So once it will be frozen in the freezer, it's going to be little, like right now it's like, I'll say it's little nice and gooey. It's like soft, but it's going to like take a form because once I'm going to freeze it, the butter is going to solidify, which will like give more dense shape to this dough. Alright, so this is how our dough is going to look like, nice, which has taken a good shape. So all you have to do is roll the dough and cut circular cookies out of it preferably, and you need to keep the cookies little thick, not very thin, because we have used chocolate chips, and depending on the size of the chocolate chips you would need to adjust the the thickness of the cookie. Don't make it too thin, don't make it too thick. If it will be medium, it will be nice, crispy, crunchy at the same time. Depending on the size of your baking tray, you may cut as many and place them. I usually place around like 9 cookies in my baking tray because I like to keep them at some distance so that once they are baked, they don't stick to each other, because usually cookies, when they are in the baking process, they kind of spread and otherwise they stick to each other, and especially if you have egg in your cookies, then they spread quite a bit. So even a small bit of small size of cookie would really turn out to be very big. So now my cookies are going into the oven for baking. I have chosen a time of like around 15 minutes, and I'm going to bake them at a temperature of around 160 degrees. It may vary depending on the kind of oven you're using, so please be cautious when you put the cookies into the oven. Do keep an eye because they need to just turn slightly nice brown on the top at the bottom. Usually at the bottom you would notice that they become little more dark brown compared to the top. So please keep an eye that you don't leave the cookies unattended for very long in the oven. So you can see my cookies here, nice brown on both the sides, and I would keep them on the cooling tray so that they become nice and crunchy. It's up to you if you would like to have them nice and warm, or you would want the cookies to cool down and then enjoy it with a nice cup of warm milk. So here the cookies are ready. Hope you would enjoy them. Please do share your feedback with us in the comments, and if you liked our recipe, please continue watching our videos, and yes, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell button for getting regular updates. Thank you so much for watching our video today.